Mr. Grigory, please, just a quick question, all right? First of all, congratulations on your win today.
Thank you.
And can you share with us the secret of becoming such a successful athlete as yourself?
The secret, I bet many would say it's just a lot of hard work, but it honestly takes way more than that. First of all, of course, dedication, that little bit of talent, and a lot of luck. And of course, all of that has to be supported with hours upon hours of that hard work. And only in that way, if everything combines perfectly, you might have the chance to, to get to the big arena.
So true, so true. Thank you very much.
What's up, Glads, and welcome back to Gladiators Tennis. Today we're reviewing the Wilson Ultra V4. It is power and spin oriented. Not too good if you ask.
Hey, ask somebody later on, the smart brown guy. Yeah, ask him.
Check out the specs.
Grish,
Yeah.
what's this toilet sitting position?
Would you like my relaxed,
Sit,
relaxed sitting on the bench?
Is it wet or something?
No.
Or- There you go.
Thank you. So Wilson Ultra. I hate these rackets. And the previous version was absolutely horrible. The one before, I think Areg played with it for some reason. But yeah, my expectations are probably as low as they can be, except the paint job is very, very marvelous. But yeah, we'll see.
Wilson Ultra V4. Okay, have you glad seen my review of the V3? Well, if you haven't, don't, because it doesn't matter. And if you have, then you probably know that the Ultra lineup of rackets is one of my least favorite ones in existence. You see, I disliked the previous version so much that I didn't even know who I could recommend it to. The new one, however, things changed drastically. First of all, the design. It went from the absolute disgusting, in my opinion, combination of blue, black and very random grey to this beautiful, sexy, matte dark blue throughout the entire frame that is just mwah. But the design of the racket is not everything if you're not Areg, so let's move on. And as I said, changes have been made. No, I still really don't like this racket, but not because it's bad, but just because it doesn't fit my playing style. Though that is good, because it's not supposed to. It is literally the opposite of what I'm looking for in a racket. It is very powerful and very spin friendly, which is kind of the main reason why I could not put a single ball within the lines with my forehand. I'm just not used to this kind of power and this lack of stability. However, those of you who do like those two things in rackets will really enjoy it. Because if you operate it right, producing inside in and cross-court winners with the forehand turns out to be way too easy for some reason. Opening angles and defending with the new Ultra also requires no effort, and the field is honestly quite good. As I said, it lacks stability, so on the flatter down the line shots might be a problem, but that's something you come to expect with this kind of racket. Though it's still way better than the predecessor. Backhands really surprised me because usually power and spin oriented frames don't give me that confidence that usually comes with the stability of the frame. With the Ultra though, the lack of stability wasn't as noticeable, and even though I wasn't managing to play flat down the line, maintaining a cross-court rally and doing sharp angle passings was feeling very natural. At the net, the racket performs pretty well thanks to the big sweet spot and great power. Also, as I said, the feeling is really good, almost reminds me of the Clash, therefore it provides you with confidence when doing touch requiring elements or when slicing. Returning is also a pretty strong point of this racket if you like to return far and return 99% of the times cross-court. Mainly because the racket is very nimble and agile, so it allows you to prepare the swing quickly, but not stable enough to risk it with the down the line return. Serving was a massive disappointment for me, simply because I'm still trying to serve a proper flat first serve. This thing just won't freaking do it for me. Slice serves, however, work great with this blue beast, and topspin second serves do as well. You just gotta get used to the power and you're Gucci. So the racket is super powerful, very spinny, has the pretty good feel, lacks stability and lacks control. The profile of the player is absolutely transparent, unlike with the V3 where I literally couldn't come up with an image of a person who could enjoy it. If you want crazy power and spin, maybe also consider the Babla Pure Ira, but the new Ultra is definitely an option that might end up being the final one for you. It could even fit me if it kept the paint job, alright, added 4 strings, made the bin thinner, added a few grams, and lowered the stiffness. But for now, it seems like it's something that doesn't exist just yet.
Alright guys, so if you are looking for a power-oriented and spin-oriented racket, and you also, like us, can't get over this incredible design, and you want to buy the racket, there's a link in the description together with our exclusive Gladiators discount code.
I have nothing to say, I'm just the model here.
Yo, Areg, so what about the new Ultra V4?
Ready to change my racket once again? Not really, but I have some good memories with the name Ultra because, well, I used to play with the Ultra.
Yeah.
And I have some broken Ultras at home, so maybe I have few not so good memories with Ultra, you know? But I love the spec, so I guess I'm gonna like it. But now, before that, it's time for some integration, babes. Let's go.
Alright, so once again, the guys from Supreme Tennis Athlete sent us this. I know it doesn't look like something extraordinary, but it's actually pretty cool. It's called the STA Tennis Trainer Warm-Up Buddy, and it's basically like a rubber band attached to a tennis grip. So that means that anything you would do with a rubber band to warm up, you can do with this, except this is more, you know, specific for tennis. And it's honestly very cool because you can attach it to any net post or anything that a carabiner can attach to and perform the same exercises you would do with a rubber band, except more specific. And I actually use it to train my volley, backhand volley, because my shoulder is a little weak on the volleys. Noticed it playing some doubles. And it comes with 2 rubber bands, the one that is a bit less resistant and the one that's a bit more resistant. Areg and I obviously use the more resistant one because we're beasts. But yeah,
The product is very good quality, and you have this band that allows you to move around, you know, so you can do more dynamic kind of exercise, more realistic, like on a tennis court. You can like really move around, you can kaboom, you know, so it's good. You can do everything. Twinners and, you know, so it's
Yeah,
good.
the twinner, the most realistic exercise, huh?
All you need to practice is this every day. All right, so if you're interested in this masterpiece, you have the link in the description to buy it and a discount code right here. All right, so now go away because I'm busy warming up for my playtest.
All right.
Well, is this a stiff racket? Yes. Is it a problem for me? No. Is it a bit out of control? Yes. Is that a problem for me? No. You see, the problem with powerful big head size 16 by 19 string pattern rackets is always these 2 things. And it's not that the stiffness and lack of control weren't a problem for me because I have some superhuman powers. It's just that in the case of the new Ultra, the downsides of power providing racket is not that exaggerated. So without too many compromises, you can pick this stick and enjoy the good sides of a frame like this. And I know that going back to your ex is always a bad idea in any context. But I'm not against going back to the Ultra, because I see that it can be useful for players that spin the ball and also sometimes enjoy going to the net. On the forehand, even with my almost unexisting swing, I was able to penetrate through the air with the racket and accelerate the ball to produce relatively heavy spin, especially on the inside-out forehand. And surprisingly, none of my balls flew away uncontrolled. It felt like a glove in my hand with a lot of glue on it. If my backhand could talk, he would share my opinion, I'm sure. The balls felt under control, but also powerful and spinny. And when it comes to the volleys, it's hard to talk about the volleys because of that incredible design. That comes to my mind, and I only want to talk about the design, but if I have to say something about the volleys, I have to say that the sweet spot was huge, so you could produce some very decent volleys. And that huge sweet spot is even more useful on the serve. I don't know why, but I had this unmatched feeling on the kick serve and the slice serve that day. Anyway, if your playstyle is anyhow similar to mine, the Ultra V4 is a great option for you. So don't tell Grisha I told you this, but if he's saying some negative stuff about this Wilson, just don't listen to him. This time. Only this time. And go right ahead and buy it. Thanks for watching.
Areg. Areg. Areg.
Yes.
How about telling the Glads to maybe subscribe?
Yes, guys. Maybe.
True. Guys,
Nice
subscribe.
vocabulary, this guy. Subscribe.
And
With your soul, with your power, everything, please subscribe.
follow us on Instagram.